up, all my fight fans? So, the biggest topic, obviously, of this week is still continuing to be Francis Ngannou. And my question to you guys is, now we've seen how great things have become for Francis Ngannou after that Tyson Fury fight. I want to know if Dana White feels like he made a huge mistake by not teaming up with Francis Ngannou for this. My personal opinion is, I feel like his pride is going to say no, he didn't. You know, he is a promoter and he felt like he knew what he was doing, which he, of course, you know, he has the right to believe and feel like, you know, he knows what's best interest for his company and such. And which, of course, again, he has all the right to think that way. But I personally feel like deep down inside, he may have felt like maybe he did drop the ball on this one. Just a little bit. Because that night that Francis Ngannou took on Tyson Fury, it was not with the help of UFC. It wasn't that promoted by UFC. UFC was nowhere near this fight whatsoever. And this became one of the biggest events in boxing history. It became almost a massive upset in boxing history. An MMA taking on the lineal heavyweight champion of the world and almost, in many people's eyes, beating him. Tyson Fury. Francis Ngannou beating Tyson Fury. Again, UFC was nowhere near it. UFC was all over the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather event that took place back in 2000, I think it was 17, I want to say. And I don't think Dana White kind of liked the way it took place. And I think he maybe felt like it took away a little bit from Conor McGregor's shine. Me personally, it just made him bigger. We all knew what the outcome was going to be. No one was going to be able to beat Floyd Mayweather at his own game. Of course, Octagon, different rules, 100%. 100%. Conor McGregor would have pretty much smoked him. But this is boxing. And Floyd Mayweather is one of the best. Regardless of what you think of him. And we all kind of almost felt the same way about Tyson Fury. Not a lot of people gave Francis Ngannou a chance. And I do feel like that's why Dana White was like, I do not see it looking good. I do see Francis Ngannou quite possibly getting worked, getting beaten. So I think Dana White just pretty much wanted to stay away from that. Didn't want to have any part of that. Anything with his guy getting beat. His champion getting beat by their champion. Boxing versus MMA has been a long-standing feud for quite some time. And I don't think there's any no end near in sight whatsoever. So, did he make a mistake? In hindsight, yes. Because look how well Francis Ngannou did. Hindsight's 2020. Of course, we don't know. But even then, I always felt like Dana White could have profited more money and could have had a bigger name, regardless of the outcome, allowing his champion, Francis Ngannou, to go in there and take a risk and fighting Tyson Fury. Because there was always going to be a little bit more of a chance than Conor versus Floyd. Why? Because we all know when it comes to the lighter weight divisions, these guys mostly rely on skill, rely on tactics, rely on technicians. These guys are all technicians. Where in the upper classes, they have heavyweights, where they more rely on power. Sure, they could be very technical and they can have really good boxing skills, but they also rely on power. And power can change the outcome of the fight in the heavyweight division. So I always felt like they should have given him that chance. Why not? Make this bigger. Make more money. Because that's exactly what was going to happen. That's exactly what was going to transpire is Francis Ngannou was going to win. He was going to be able to make as much money as possible like he originally wanted to. UFC would have made a lot more money. Would have Francis Ngannou would have won? Well, clearly, no, he did not. But he would have won in a lot of people's eyes, which he clearly did. And he took on a lot of risk. That's what a lot of people are really, or I don't say a lot of people, but a lot of the business of the UFC is like keeping these guys from making a lot of money like the way Conor did. Because I can a little bit understand, look what happened with Conor. He made all that money and then he kind of disappeared. Then he came back, then disappeared, came back and such. and it makes them less active and less wanted in the octagon and wanting to go after it. There's a lot of athletes, or excuse me, a lot of athletes who make millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars and still compete and still go after it every single day. And those are actually real, true fighters, athletes, competitors. Those are the guys that want to do it. That making money part is a bonus to them. Them performing, them going out there and competing is what they truly want to do. You know, I'm sure Conor McGregor would have competed a long time ago, but due to his injury, it was a little different. And then, of course, he had a lot of outside distractions, but it is what it is. Still, when it comes to making money, no one should stop anybody from making money. And at that time, Dana White was stopping Francis Ngannou from competing in the UFC and making his money with Tyson Fury. He said, no, you cannot do both here. So that's when Francis Ngannou fought out his contract and left the organization, signing a multi-fight deal with the PFL and getting his fight with Tyson Fury that he wanted. And look what happened. Now moving forward, you got the biggest talked about athlete in the whole boxing and MMA world today. Quite possibly overall in sports. He is a superstar, and he is not with the UFC. So do I feel like Dana White quite possibly dropped the ball on this one? Yeah, I really, really do. Do I feel like he possibly wishes he could go back and maybe change it a little bit? You never know. Maybe. And there's no shame in that. There really isn't. There really is no like, hey, you know what? I messed up. Everybody messes up. Everyone, we all want to do what's best for our business and best for our families and best for our organizations and such like that. And we all wish that we could see the future, but we can't. I'm talking about today. Talking about today after everything that we've seen. After hindsight, would you wish you go back? Me personally, if I was Dana, yes, I would have. But that's just me. So guys, let me know in the comments of what do you think about this. Do you think Dana White dropped the ball? Do you think he should have been a part of this whole Francis Ngannou Tyson Fury event? Or do you think he still is going to stick with what he feels like he did, which was the right decision to let Francis go and let him do his own thing and not have any part of the whole Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou fight? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.